Right now on Toronto's breaking news, CP24, mayoral candidates squaring off in a debate centering on issues of concern in Toronto's black community. Also ahead, the anxious moments at Pearson Airport after a mishap involving one of the vintage planes scheduled to perform at the air show this weekend. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Several mayoral candidates took part in a debate tonight hosted by the Diversity Advancement Network. The event addressed a number of issues, including housing and education. Mayor Rob Ford drew some criticism from the other candidates when he touted his support for youth through football.
Don Bosco was not funded from the Rob Football Foundation. It was through myself, and I deal with these black youth day in and day out. And nobody supports the black youth more than I do in this city. Thank you very much.
Under your failed leadership, the recreation fees have gone up, so fewer children can actually use their community center. Under your failed leadership in the last 4 years, it costs a lot more to rent space so that you can have a basketball or a soccer game.
It is about a lot more than football, with the greatest of respect, sir. And what we did not hear was we did not hear your voice on these issues beyond what you said about football. The only time we actually heard your voice was when you stood up and actually voted against a lot of the programs that were going to make a difference beyond football. That's where your leadership failed.
The truth remains that there is no way that this administration has done the things that they could have done for our community. We are not going to accept pass-bys. We are not going to accept barbecues. We are not going to accept football programs. We want education. We want repairs. We want jobs. We have real needs.
The comments from Mr. Ford is actually broader than the black community because my problem is the disservice it's to the Toronto community and it's all of us as residents. You know, it's the question of there wasn't that $1 billion savings. The subway is not being built. We did have a strike of those library workers. You know, that tax savings came on the back of the reserves, and so on and so on, and so it gives.
And let's take you there live now to the North York Hotel where this took place. Travis Danraj joining us. And Travis, we saw a couple of candidates that a lot of people had never even heard of tonight.
Well, that's right, Kyle. Two candidates included that aren't normally seen in these debates. And of course, the main candidates as well, including Mayor Ford, John Tory, David Soknacki, Olivia Chow. Quite a lengthy debate tonight, nearly 2 hours long. And I'm joined now by some of the folks that were in the audience. Guys, names quickly.
Nina.
Richmond.
Michelle.
Okay. So first off, what did you think of the debate? And I'll ask you this first. If the election was held today based on this debate, who would you vote for?
To be perfectly honest, I didn't quite have one candidate that I would skew my vote towards. But overall, in terms of the debate itself, I just found the subjects not as broad as I would have hoped in terms of actually covering all things that actually affect Black Canadians, Black people in Toronto, the arts sector. I actually am representing Aim to Impact. It's a arts-based advocacy group that wants to encourage more African culture injection into the arts. And I would have hoped that the conversation would have skewed towards those sort of topics as well.
Okay, guys, we only have about 30 seconds left or so. Were you pleased with the debate tonight and some of the issues covered?
Yes, it was very, very fantastic and a great platform for the Black Canadian community to engage in this discussion. And definitely, I was actually more impressed with it. Also given a platform to some of the councillors and the trustees, mainly speaking, Michelle Minot from the Jane and Finch. She addressed some very fantastic issues as well.
And yourself?
I'm Michelle Smith. I'm here representing the health community. I was a little bit disappointed that they did not bring up some of the health issues that we're facing in some of the marginalized communities.
Okay, guys, appreciate it. So this debate down, we've got about 40 or so more to go, believe it or not, before October 27th. That is, of course, Election Day. We'll send it back to you for now, Kyle.
All right, Travis Danraj reporting live. Thank you. We head outside now. Meteorologist Chris Potter joining us with a check on the